Would you ever consider burying a relative in your backyard?
No.
Gonna say.
I heard like some people, some movies, old movies, like. Somebody,
movies, yes, movies.
Yeah.
If
But
you
I never
happen to know someone that's done that, police might want to talk to you and to see who they are and where they are. Yeah, I mean, if you know someone
don't you need to get permission to do that?
That depends. Murderers probably do it all the time.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like somebody wants to bury like their child or somebody like close. It's like
I
dead
hope
child.
not. Like yes, hopefully it's dead.
Not like to kill. Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I heard people do that to their animals, like pets.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that totally happens. But like relative, like
I actually did that. Like I had a fish. When the fish died, we buried him in our garden, and it was sad.
I've buried dogs in my backyard too. Dogs that have died. So no, you wouldn't do that.
No.
Well, it turns out, one of my sisters sent me this thing.
Okay, she didn't do it. Okay.
No, she did not do that. She sent me this thing that she saw on TikTok, fucking TikTok. And because everything's
TikTok is door to hell. Okay.
Yeah, probably. You can, if you bury a relative in your backyard, you can avoid paying taxes for your property. What? Yeah.
Can we fake it, like saying like we did that?
Oh, that's possible. Like what?
Like burn the relatives after they died. What they call it?
Cremate.
Cremate them, and then, actually, if you cremate it, you can just throw the ash in here and say, I buried them here. Interesting. But you need to have a nice relative who is willing to let you throw her ash or his ash. Yeah.
That could be like part of someone's last wishes. It can be like, bury me in your backyard so that you don't have to pay taxes. That's possible.
Be nice and do that, guys.
Yeah.
I don't want to be buried in someone's backyard.
Do someone a favor.
If I die, I want to be buried somewhere nice with trees.
What if your backyard is nice with trees?
But I would be hunting my families. I want to hunt strangers. So.
Yeah, that's too weird. Like, how would no. Like, even if that was like an advantage to not have to pay, I don't know, $50,000 a year or whatever. That was just a random guess. But like to look out your window at night when you're trying to go to sleep and know that there's a dead person body who you know.
Serial killer do that all the time and they don't care.
And they still pay taxes. So they're stupid. Serial killers are stupid.
They need to report that. Just report one of the cases and boom, you don't pay tax.
Yeah, so that's kind of a thing. I looked it up and there's like things that you have to go through to do that. But I don't know if people do that, but it is
quite scary.
Yeah.
I remember there was a case, it's a murder case, okay? It's not a nice case. In UK, there was this Muslim girl who was married to somebody, she divorced. They're very narrow-minded, unfortunately, some of those families. And she came back home, she found a boyfriend. So imagine she was divorcing and she found a boyfriend and family wasn't happy with that. And she was secretly seeing this guy. So they decided to kill their daughter for honor. For their honor, because there was like, that's like I don't know what they call it. It's like it's for, unfortunately, in some Muslim countries specifically, and not just Muslims. We have it in Iran. We used to have it. Now it's less, but still happening.
Okay, hold on. Explain that, because I'm not sure. I'm not quite...
you don't know the concept. Okay, guys, you need to know. Actually, that's a good point to explain, because the reason this girl in UK got killed was because she went to police, explained this to the cops, and say, my family wants to kill me for that, and they didn't understand why should somebody kill you because you have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
They didn't get this idea. After this case, they start educating their cops about Muslims and not just Muslims, some countries that they're very closed and they don't want their daughter to have a boyfriend. And if the daughter has a boyfriend, it's like they say, it's a stain on our honor and dignity. So somebody slept with my daughter.
And they'd rather kill him.
So they kill, and actually not just rather, if they kill that daughter, the family and relatives who knows the daughter did that sin, they would be proud and say, at least the family made it right.
Oh my fucking God. And I don't even believe in God.
So
But can you
it
do that?
happens all the time in Middle East, all the time.
Oh my, how the fuck?
It still happens in Iran. And not, look, we have, when we say Iran, I don't want to scare people because there are like big cities, open-minded people. They have boyfriend, girlfriends, it's fine. Families got used to this. But also we have small towns still having this culture things that they would kill their daughter because of this.
This is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I just don't understand. Like, I understand, but I don't understand how they could do that to a family member.
You know, I really
that
want...
you normally would love. Like, you protect them, not, oh, let's fucking murder our own sibling because she's in a relationship with someone we don't want. Because the neighbors are going to say, oh my God, she's in a relationship and she's not married, or she's in a relationship, she has a boyfriend. Oh, no, fuck that, let's kill her. What the fuck?
There is a term for it.
Yeah, it's called sad.
I will put the term here. I forgot it in English. There is a term, they come up with a term for that, specifically in Europe, because there were many refugees from Middle East, so they experienced this. So, and they do this usually between family, in the family. And what happened is this girl, her sister knows, and she warns her. And guys, I will put a link of this video. So if you want to see the whole report, they made a documentary out of her life. That was so sad. She goes to the cops in UK, in London, and tell them that my family wants to kill me because I had a boyfriend. And they were like, why should it? Same thing that you're asking, why should they kill you for a boyfriend? They don't really take her serious. So when she goes back, the father with two of her cousin, like the father's brother's children, nephews. So it's the father's nephews. Are ready for her. So they, what they call it, suffocate, like when they, I don't know, with something, they just suffocate her. And then they put her body, she was very skinny, in a big luggage, and they bury that in their yard. And what happened?
I see the connection with the yard.
That's why I started this.
But not
and
funny.
This is so interesting because you killed someone from your family. It's so scary, and then you just treat her like a trash. It's okay, we'll just bury her in the yard. Like, very disrespectful. They didn't even just throw her body somewhere, so they didn't want to be fined for sure. But then, I don't know who reported, the boyfriend reported that she is missing. So they start, police feeling guilty because she already reported that twice, and they didn't take her serious. They start looking, they had some picture from what they call drowned picture from the around, and they find out the sand was moving, like somehow they find out this place in their yard. So they check that part and they find the body. But before they look, we went to the crime podcast now. So before they find they arrest anybody, the cousins run away to Iraq. They were Iraqis. And they were so mad, police was so mad and feeling so guilty. They were saying in the documentary, it was like, we let this girl down. We need to make it right. I mean, you can't make it right, she's dead. But they decided, we're gonna arrest those guys in Iraq. And they start, what they call it, Interpol?
Yeah, like an international...
They start researching and they find out the cousins are back in Iraq. And they're bragging in their neighborhood about how they killed their cousin. It's like, we killed her because of honor and this and that. And finally, they could manage to arrest them and bring them back to UK to see the justice. But the girl, so they did bury the girl.
I'm fucking baffled. I'm fucking baffled because on another episode, we talked about ignorance. And sometimes ignorance really knows no bounds. That means, like, ignorance has no limits. Like, how do people justify their very narrow-minded belief that it's okay to do that to someone just because they're worried about the hearsay. They're worried about what the neighbors are going to talk about them. That's more important to you? It's more important for other people to not hear other people talk bad about you in some way, that you'd rather kill someone, and then you transform that into honor, that you killed someone, that you killed your family member. That's not honor. If you think that that's honor, that's ignorance. You're ignorant.
So I think there's a thing.
And you're sad.
There is a thing. I think is that in Islam? I don't know. In my country, they say there is no limit for ignorance.
No,
there is no limit.
Clearly.
So, and then I think the most dangerous, scary thing is religious people who think the religious is the only thing that is right.
Yeah.
And they think God is in their side. This is the scary, because if you think the only power in the world, there's one power, and that power is in your side, you feel like it's fine, I'm fighting for God. God say you should. And this is funny because that God that you believe said a lot of things not to do, a lot of things, and you're doing it.
You're also doing it.
But you think it's okay, that's not that big because nobody knows, but then I have a right to kill my daughter because she is doing something that considered as sin.
Justified. You know, weirdly, sadly, ignorance, in a way, it's its own power. It's a blind power, because ignorance, if you believe enough in something, you justified in your own actions.
How ISIS created us.
Yeah.
ISIS, they think they're from God, they think they know better, and they think they're the best, and they need to claim the word from other people.
But hey, I don't think any of those people are going to watch our podcast or episode, and I don't think they're going to listen to us. But if you did, and if you are, there's still room. Yeah, that too. But there's also room. There's room for growth, and there's room for fucking.
There's no room for somebody who thinks it's okay to kill somebody because of honor. That's stupid.
Yeah, but I think they learned that somewhere. They just need to learn something different.
They need to unlearn a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I mean,
I mean,
I
learn it
kind
from
of like
somewhere.
agree somehow. You know, we had like...
It's just hope. There's a little bit of hope.
I don't think, it's so difficult.
No.
You know, there is no way to wake up a person until they want to be awake. I remember I was watching this this video of Joe Dispenza. Somebody was asking him, do you think now I know, can I help my family, my brother to know? And he was like, we are in different frequency. When you are in a higher frequency, people with the lower frequency, whatever you explain, they do not get it. Do you have any family member, any friends,
of course,
that you find out something, the way to the better life,
yeah, of course,
and you're trying to just show them, guys, I did this and this, and now I'm here. Just give me your hand.
Yeah, that's tough.
I can help you, and then they're like blind and not deaf, and they can't hear you.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they start feeling the need to change,
their choice.
And they come to you was like, help me, I want to change. Otherwise, you can't make people change.
That's fucking true, and that sucks.
And did you know that actually, talking about from burying people in their yard for tax, we come back to that.
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah. So there is this girl actually, this is a very famous case. I will put it again in the description if they like to hear about it. I forgot her name. I will write her name. This is her face. She was a student in...
Can I poke her face?
Yes.
Sorry.
So she was a student in UK, again Muslim, from a Muslim family. I don't know where she's originally from. When ISIS started in Syria, she with a few of her friends decided they want to go and join ISIS. They went there. She got married with a guy, and she had a couple of kids. She was 17 or 16, I don't know. She had some kids, and then now, end of the ISIS, all of them are gone, and they are in a refugee camp in Greece, in Syria. Closed refugee camp, because all the ISIS women are there. It's so scary. I saw some videos,
What does
like
that
a
mean,
journalist.
Closed refugee
Closed refugee camp, they can't leave it, like a prison.
Oh.
So some of those kids, I saw a video, a journalist was going to talk to this woman. The kids were, go, you're not Muslim, you're kafir. Kafir is like a sinner, someone who doesn't believe in God. And in Islam, kafir needs to be killed. So the kids, tiny kids, 2 years, 3 years, were telling the reporter, "Go, you are a cougher." And she was like, "Why am I a cougher? I didn't do anything." Because your hair is out. And she put her hoodie's hat on and was like, "Look, I covered." So no, 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 that's not hijab. Hijab is black. There were like 6 years old kids saying that to the reporter.
Wow.
So they were already ready. And then the interesting part was, after all this, ISIS gone and everything almost back to normal, this woman, now woman, she's like 20 something years old with 2 kids, she's asking UK to give her passport back to go to UK.
Why? You made your fucking choice.
And they say that. And I'm proud of people in UK. And they were like, "Fuck no, you don't have." She lost her citizenship because of that.
You made your fucking choice.
And the funny thing is, when she went to ISIS, she started covering up, just showing her eyes. Now, because she want to go back to UK, she start again showing her hair and like, "I want to go." Yeah, she took off, and she's saying that my life is in danger because I'm showing my hair. The other women want to kill me.
No,
So
you're
fuck
just trying
you
to
and fuck
manipulate.
other women and fuck everyone there. That's
Should have thought of that before. You would have never been there first place.
Yeah, so see that video, guys. It's very interesting.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anything about the people burying in the yard for tax?
No. One thing for sure, I would never fucking do that. I'd rather pay my fucking taxes for property.
Pay your taxes, guys.
And I'm never gonna bury nobody in the backyard. It is what it is. But no burying anybody, even for
tax.
Yeah,
That's so stupid.
tax,
Imagine you look at
city.
it. Yeah, as you say, you look at the window, you see the body. You know, in Iran, we believe, even Muslims, I think, believe for a couple of days the dead body, the soul, the spirit doesn't leave, because the spirit is still connected to the body.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's difficult for the spirit to just leave. So imagine, usually they believe for a couple of days, the spirit is coming on the grave. So people, when they are going there, usually, I don't know, in different culture, specifically the first 7 days is very important. They bring sweet on they put things on the grave, flowers, because they believe the spirit is still there. Imagine it's in your yard. You're just sleeping, and then people are, and the person's just like, "Fuck you. Couldn't you just get me a grave?" Like,
they're experiencing that too, yeah. Even though if you don't see them, it's the culture or the belief. In Mexican culture, it's similar. They pray for 9 days straight, and the idea to pray for 9 days straight is to help support them going to heaven. But you know, the really interesting thing in real life, like everything's in real life, but culture and belief. That when people die in a natural cause, obviously not like an accident. I think we've mentioned that before. We talked a little bit about that. When people die of a natural cause, so like, say for example, you're in a hospital bed, and suddenly your heart stops beating, and it's like beep, and the doctor walks in and confirms, you know, the person's dead. Right when the person takes their last breath, and you go from one breath to no breaths, like you're dead, the person's still alive. Their brain is still alive, even if they're not breathing. And when the people react around that person, like the person died, that person can hear everybody react to their death. They know that people are reacting to your death. I can't remember how many minutes, but 3 to 5 to 10 minutes, the brain slowly dies. It doesn't just turn off like a light switch. It gradually dies, but in the meantime, while it's still alive and dying, it's still processing. You can still hear your environment. If your eyes are closed, but you can still hear, you can still feel. And the person's experiencing their own death by hearing everyone around them reacting to their death. That's sad. That's like scary, because the people that are like convinced that you're dead think you're gone. But the person's like there, like they're hearing you. They can hear
actually,
you.
I heard this story of one of the scientists like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, when they were killing scientists because they were saying, for example, the Earth is going around the sun or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
The sun
I don't
is
know
going
which.
around the Earth.
Yeah, sun is going on.
That's what they used to believe. Oh yeah, but when they corrected it,
Yeah,
it's actually
so,
the Earth
yeah.
going around the sun. Gotcha.
So yeah, so who was the first person saying that they wanted to kill her? Did they kill her? Kill him? Sorry, him. Yeah. Anyways, I forgot the name. I will put the name here. This is very fun. See, I'll Google it later. But then one of the scientists who said something, I don't remember what, they actually killed him. They, what they call it, beheaded him.
Beheaded him?
Yes.
Cut his head off?
And he told his student, when they did that, I want to see, we can calculate how many minutes still I'm there while my head
Oh yeah, I remember.
is
I heard,
separated from my body. So he told them that he's going to blink as many as he can. It's like, God bless him. Imagine somebody is there killing you and he just wanted to record something for science. So his student were looking and he blinked 11 times when the body, the head was separate than body. So he was still consciously making that decision.
Yeah.
It was so interesting. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for staying with us. Please leave us comments in the comments box over there and tell us what do you think. Have you ever buried somebody in your backyard? Are you a serial killer? And if you are, please just let us know. We're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, we won't tell them.
Are we?
No.
No, we're not. We need to report them to police.
Yeah, no shit. No.
Yeah, if they commented, look, the light is gone. Serial killers are coming.
Oh shit.
Oh my God.
It's still recording. And there's no light.